You're about to tell
I'm not even gonna lie, I actually agree with Rico.
You're telling a lot of men, hey, if you have a 4-inch,
Yo, thanks for logging in. It's the Mr. Show.
aim it up.
Gonna talk to this brother right here about the size matter.
I don't care.
We're gonna also talk about what DEI is and the fact that Walmart and a few other companies have removed DEI after President Trump.
Well, I feel like as long as they go through with it.
So let's get into it right here from the top. Mr. Show.
And if you follow the money, you will always follow a problem. They've already dismantled affirmative action in colleges. And let's just break down why that existed anyway. The reason why affirmative action and diversity, equity, and inclusion programs were needed in the first place was
the benefits that I get is like...
What benefits do you... All right, what benefits do you get as being her friend, bro? You have to lay your life on the line. You have to meet her family. You have to be judged by others. And what benefit do you get out of that? Do you care to get any benefits? All right, let's see what's going on. This is called the friend zone. I call it friend zone extreme. Let's go.
So the benefits that I get is like...
What benefits do you get from having him as a friend?
So the benefits that I get is like he can tell me like what guys are into me and what guys aren't.
What benefits does he get from having you as a friend?
All right, it's you.
In different perspectives. Every person is different. People are just people. If we like the same things, why can't we be friends? It doesn't matter who you are or what you are.
If somebody tried to rob you right now, do you expect him to try and step in?
I feel like because he is my friend 100%.
If he's gonna risk his life for you, what do you think would be an equal benefit for him having you as a friend?
I don't even know how to answer the question right now because like I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
Like I said, I don't look at it like that. I do for you what I would do for anybody. Me, it makes no difference who it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get any benefit with being friends with her if I was friends with you.
Oh, that's a beautiful woman. How old are you?
What do you think?
Yo, be very careful when going to Thailand and those places. I tell you, like right now, be very careful. And that whole friends with benefit dudes, cut it out. Stop doing boyfriend stuff and playing this boyfriend role for girls that are holding you up as friends, bro. Just stop that altogether, for real. Let's go.
Oh, that's a beautiful woman. How old are you?
What do you think?
Men were born with their height and they cannot change that.
All right, so let's see what happens. This is going to get a little bit heated. Men are born with their height. They cannot be changed. What is something that could be changed that maybe a woman can change? Heated.
Men were born with their height and they cannot change that. You know what you changed that you were born with? Your body count, because you started with 0. So right on the board, how many men you've been with?
Sexist. No, you don't I'm a pimp,
because we're
I'm a dog. You gotta be a hoe.
That's disgusting. Said she's not ashamed, but still hasn't wrote her number.
I don't know it.
And she put the pen down.
Your marriage won't work, honey.
Okay, and you're a slut. What are you talking about?
You can't
What are you talking about?
I'm very confused. I will have your head cut off.
Yo, chill. I'll be Hey, am I?
Yo. Be careful out there, bro.
Wrong if I were to hit her back.
She belongs to the street.
Definitely, bro. Be very careful out there. And dudes, before you get into a relationship with a woman, please vet. You know what vet means? Check her out, man. Check out her history. Check out her background. Because you can end up yourself. You can end up with one of these.
Interviewed your ex right now. What would they say about you? She belongs to the street.
I'm a hoe.
Why would he say that?
Because she is a...
She belongs to the street.
Oh, my God. Shout out to all the YouTube content creators, especially the newer ones, because I'm a new content creator and I'm having a warm time trying to get those numbers and those views. But one thing I tell you, I enjoy doing what I'm doing, so do not give up. That's not funny. And if you haven't liked and subscribe, please like and subscribe.
All these men in my comments are telling me I'm going to die alone surrounded by cats. You sure about that, sir? You sure about that?
She belongs to the street.
Exactly. She's a little bit too confident for her own good. Ah, boy. Now, this situation here is she's exposing some of the freak stuff that older YTE couples require, like, and go for. So let's see what she's talking about.
It's going to sound a little racist, but like, let me explain.
Yeah.
Everybody loves their big black. Why? Like, especially like older white people. Older white people want to see you f***ing the wife. And it taps into some weird never forget.
That what?
That you guys are the king of creativity. You're the king of athleticism. You have so much going for you.
Yeah.
Yo. Older YTE couples like to see young BLCK BBC men getting down. Look at some of the comments there. She's on meth. Denario Robinson, damn you. If you want a black, just say so, lady. Yo. Access Andres, man, this lady didn't tell one effing lie. She's telling the truth. They definitely fetishize black men. She just told the truth. But white men in the comments act like they confused.
Never forget.
Let's take it back from the top. Yo.
Like, let me explain.
Yeah.
Everybody loves their big black. Why? Like, especially like older white people. Older white people want to see you f***ing the wife. And it taps into some weird never forget.
That what?
That you guys are the king of creativity. You're the king.
Yo, she's just in love with a black man. She's like, never forget, you're excellent, blah, blah, blah.
And it taps into some weird never forget.
That what?
That you guys are the king of creativity. You're the king of athleticism. You have so much going for you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That men should understand, whether you are big or small, it doesn't even matter no more. It's literally just a shade at you. When you only need to be a couple inches and just aim that thing up.
Oh, wait. Let me say something. Right. That ain't what she's saying.
Because the G-spot is at the top.
Now, if I want to look and see something nice, I want a nice, long, and thick piece.
Oh gosh.
You know, if it's like aesthetically, and if I'm talking about putting it in my mouth.
She said put it in her mouth.
Put it in your mouth.
I mean her mouth.
Up your mouth.
No, how do you know I'm not getting pleasure out of that?
Some people find giving oral very enjoyable.
You wanna go down, why not?
It is enjoyable.
Yeah,
They like to do it.
But it's not making you come, though.
Maybe.
Okay,
But
but
that's
part
not
of the warm up. It's
Wait, what?
part of the. Listen, you have to enjoy the journey.
I was about to.
Yeah.
So I think you're thinking about too much. I feel like
the destination too fast.
Yeah.
women, as we talked about in episodes way ahead of us, it takes a while for a woman to come. That's not always.
That's because we're trying to go deep, and you're telling me that it's in the beginning.
Now you're telling me it's up.
Yeah, so realistically, maybe if we just re-navigated to the proper route, we'd get you there faster too.
That's part of the problem. Like, one, we don't know. So men don't know that about women. And honestly, a lot of women don't know that about themselves.
Correct.
So if you don't know it about yourself, you can't direct somebody to do that. And then the more important part is that there's not a conversation.
Correct.
So it's like, if I know what gets me off, but I'm not expressing that to you, I mean, like, what's the point?
So the question is, does size matter? And all three of you had told me no.
Well, I don't think you
said a dimension mattered.
Well, up to 4. Well, all right. But in my opinion, 4 inches is like, no. Dr. Millhouse is the one that is actually a doctor down below for men and women.
Yes.
And she has a lot of education and study and background in this, right?
Yes.
Which is dope. Because I love this. For realistically, you're about to rewrite history. You're about to tell.
I'm not even gonna lie. I actually agree with Rico on
You're telling a lot of men, hey, if you have a
We're gonna
4-inch,
change their perspective here.
4-incher, it's okay if you just aim it up.
Everyone needs to aim it up. Every 4-inch, 6-inch, I don't care, 2-inch, aim it up.
So I think that does answer the broad question
Well,
about
you know, it's
does
funny.
size matter.
Aim it up.
Because Well, I feel like as long as they know what to do with it, and we're telling them what to do with it,
the motion.
it's the motion. Exactly.
Yes.
It is, and that's what some people say, and some people were like, "No."
Oh no.
I actually never have much of a comment when it comes to size because I don't handle it. But it's like as long as you know what to do with it, size doesn't matter.
Agree. Agree. I do.
Mm-hmm. What you're doing.
This is, I'm not blaming y'all 100%, but there's a lot of well-endowed that don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And it's part because we have not been able to teach that, whether it's because we...
What y'all think in the comments about that? Huh? A lot of well-endowed dudes can't move no motion in the ocean, she's saying.
don't know how to do it either. We don't know what it is, or whether we don't communicate that. So it is, not on the onus of the penis owners. It's the vulva owners. We have to be able to know our own bodies, and we do not. We haven't ever gotten ourselves off. You know what I'm saying? But there is, there you might have something to say about, like, okay, if you're smaller, if you're thin and small, you might have to work harder. But I will tell you, there's enough bad sex happening in well-endowed, heterosexual relationships that, the competition ain't that steep.
We need to stop shopping at Walmart, and we need to do it now.
Walmart will hate me for telling you this secret. Hey Walmart, how much for that PlayStation 5? Sir, that'll be $500, but unfortunately it's out of stock. Okay, that's not a problem. Here's $250. Bro, I just told you we don't have it and it's $500.
Yo, this is some good insight. You got some game. I don't know if it'll work in Canada. But people, we got to look at what's going on with Walmart and the DEI situation, and it's a very serious situation. What we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Anyways, Walmart info. Let's go.
Walmart will hate me for telling you this secret. Hey Walmart, how much for that PlayStation 5? Sir, that'll be $500, but unfortunately it's out of stock. Okay, that's not a problem. Here's $250. Bro, I just told you we don't have it and it's $500. Why are you handing me $250? Well, according to your policy, if the website states that the item is in stock, I get to the store and it's not there, I'm entitled to 50% immediate discounts. Okay, you're right about that, but how is you handing me the money now gonna get you a PS5? Well, since I'm paying it now, as soon as it becomes available, you can just ship it to my house. Oh, okay, that's actually pretty smart, but how'd you know about this? Oh, that's easy. You would have known this if you were following Bam Josh.
Walmart just rolled back their diversity, equity, and inclusion program. And the reason why they're doing it is because they're receiving a growing pressure from conservative activists who said, hey, do this or else. And if you follow the money, you will always follow the problem. They've already dismantled affirmative action in colleges. And let's just break down why that existed anyway. The reason why affirmative action and diversity, equity, and inclusion programs were needed in the first place was to address systemic inequalities and historical discrimination in the U.S. These programs provide opportunities to people who are marginalized because of race, ethnicity, and gender. And while we all love to believe that these things don't exist, the truth is they do. If opportunities weren't denied based on gender or race or your background, we wouldn't need diversity, equity, and inclusion. But let's be real. This is why when you look at certain neighborhoods, you don't see people who look like me. When you go to universities, especially Division I private schools, you don't see a lot of people who look like me. And what's sad about all of this is that a lot of critics will argue that these programs create unfair advantages, particularly for other applicants who don't even have to worry about these types of things. That's not what it's about. Because if you've never been disadvantaged in the first place, how is it going to cause a disadvantage to you? I wish we lived in a world that was loving of all people, accepting of all people, no group seeking to dominate another group or seeking to stay superior to another group. It's just so tiring. But one thing I do know is that we the people have a lot of power. We have power because these businesses need our dollars to succeed. And guess what? A lot of them rely on our dollars. And I don't care what your background or race is, just like in 2020, we need to all rally with each other and we need to fight for what's right. And you know what? Maybe the time is just coming for judgment on America, because I don't know about you, but I definitely feel a shift. So maybe it's all part of God's plan. I don't know. What do you think?
I've learned that people really aren't looking for perfect people. Most people are just looking to be in a relationship with people who can at least admit when they're wrong.
The women's kryptonite thing called accountability. A lot of men have an issue with accountability too, but I find that a lot of women seem to have more of this problem. Guys, if you did something wrong, it's all about saying, I'm sorry, acknowledging what you did wrong. It's not that hard, yo. Women, I know it's like kryptonite to you, but accountability is very important. If you know you did something wrong, admit to it. You have more respect when you admit to it, yo.
Like at some point, you have to acknowledge you're not always right, and you make mistakes. Relationships get difficult when people just can't admit or acknowledge that they did something wrong. That leads them to just simply say, hey, I'm sorry.
Hate me for
Walmart just announced they are ending their DEI policy, diversity, equity, inclusion. They are going to roll that back and stop all their efforts into that. I guess this is what making America great again is all about. We're going to exclude people. This is where we're at. The land of diversity has become a lot harder to navigate. Now, I know what MAGA is going to say to this. Hire the right person for the job, regardless of what their ethnicity is. Okay, I get that. In theory, that works. But the problem is those people for generations have been excluded intentionally from even having consideration for jobs. So that's why this is important. I wish everyone luck out there. And
it took me too long to learn this lesson. Sometimes people can't.
I didn't want to stick on the whole ban Walmart thing because you know everyone's going to end up at Walmart tomorrow same way.
Reciprocate. Because they can't give you what they can't give themselves. Those who are at war with themselves can't give you peace. Those who betray themselves can't give you loyalty. Those who lie to themselves can't give you honesty. See them as they are, and not who you wish them to be.
Hey, that was me. But the relationships that end up working is when both people, when it's appropriate, I messed up, I apologize, can you please forgive me? If we want to do better with creating meaningful relationships, we all have to be okay with admitting when we're wrong and then apologizing. In that, I found something else about our relationship with people that also correlates to our relationship with God. The thing that we do when we mess up is we say, Father, forgive me. Asking for forgiveness just simply means I'm acknowledging that I'm wrong. Or I just did something that I know does not please you. I just did something I know that it may hurt you, and I apologize. And God welcomes us. The Bible says he forgets our sin, casts it far from the east to the west, tosses it into the sea, remembers it no more. Doesn't even make an account or a list of the things that we've done. Basically says, let's go again. Thank you for acknowledging where you went wrong. I was never saying stay away from me, but let's move forward.
Thanks for logging in to the Mr. Show. Remember to like and subscribe.